Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about the revolutionary supercritical extracts that we use extensively in our brands, the Organic Skin Co, River Vader at World Organics. I'm super excited to be sharing with you these incredible revolutionary botanical extracts, what they are, how we can get them extracted at such quality, and the benefits that they're going to have to our skin, which are really, as I said, revolutionary. So we're going to have a little look at them. We're going to talk about how they're extracted and how they can penetrate the skin. Okay, so a little bit of history. First of all, as a herbalist and naturopath, I have worked extensively with herbs throughout my therapeutic career. And so when I came across these extracts the first time, I was absolutely mind blown. In fact, I was so mind blown that I followed the gentleman who had shown these to me at a trade show all the way to India to have a look at the farms and their extraction techniques and their extraction facilities to try and work out how these things were being made and how we could actually start delivering these into the products that we were formulating at the time. To cut a long story short, we now have 22 different extracts that we use in our skincare and makeup products, and these extracts run the gamut of being there for anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, healing, aromatic, just look, where do I start? They're anti-aging, and they're calming, and they also uplift the senses often as well. And one of the great things about them is that they're often adaptogenic herbs, which means that they help the skin relax and do what it has to and sort itself out. It's like a kind of holistic therapy that we get from adaptogenic plants. Okay, so I want to try and keep it quite simple and explain to you the difference between these type of extracts and the extracts that are typically used in skincare products today. So if I was going to put extract in typically, and this is how most companies, almost all companies will put a botanical herb into their products, I'm not going to use a ground up herb like this. Okay, we might have a lovely organic herb with lots of therapeutic value, but the issue is when I go and try and rub that onto the skin, how is that actually even going to penetrate? It might be a great exfoliant, but all those beautiful values in that herb that we might get from eating that herb or having a tea of that herb, are not going to actually penetrate the skin. Not unless it's a poultice and we've made it with special kind of wraps, and that's not going to really work for our daily skincare regime. So typically, what we do as brands is we would put in a solvent to extract that goodness from that ground up herb, and that can then be put into the creams or the oils and then applied to the skin. So this is what most companies would be using. This is, for example, I'm going to talk about calendula today and show you the differences. So this is an extract made out of alcohol, which is a typical herbalist therapeutic delivery method of botanical herbs. And you'll see here that it's got kind of a nice liquid. There's a little bit of yellow. Smells pretty much of alcohol, because alcohol used to extract calendula plants is generally about 60-70% alcohol. So you're going to have 5 times alcohol to the amount of plant, and that solvent, that alcohol, is going to stay into the extract that's put into your skincare. And we actually don't really want that alcohol in our skincare, because alcohol is quite damaging to the skin over a length of time. The other methods that you can extract plants with is with the glycol, which also we don't want a lot of glycol in our skincare either. The other disadvantage about this type of delivery method is that it only extracts a portion of the plant, and that portion is the water-soluble parts of the plant. And yes, they do have benefits, but we're missing the amazing oil benefits of the plant, which we would love to have in our skincare, because the skin actually absorbs oils so much easier and has an affinity to oils. And the oils have actually lots and lots of value for anti-inflammatory and antioxidant abilities on the skin. So that leads me to the magic of the supercritical extract, which World Organics is a leader in delivering. Most of our products will have 3 or 4 of these extracts in. Sometimes we have 6 or 7 of these extracts in any one product, so that we can deliver different areas of therapeutic value to the skincare that you're getting out of our tubes and bottles. So, you know, it's kind of like cooking a cake or making a really therapeutic smoothie, and you want to have the spinach, and you want to have, you know, the kale, and you want to have the nuts and the sesame seeds and the flaxseed oil. Well, when you're making skincare, it's a little bit like making that smoothie. So you want to pack it with all these goodnesses, and the more value of the actual herbs, and they're the ones that have the really grunty, get in there, fix things up ability, you know, the better therapeutic value you're going to get out of your product. Okay, so let's go back to this calendula. We've seen what calendula looks like in the typical extract form, and now we're going to have a look what it looks like in the supercritical extract form. So here's our little calendula vial. You can already see it's pretty bright yellow, and you only need a tiny bit because this is so concentrated. In fact, I'm going to put it on my hand as well as put it on this tissue. This is the color of it, and if I just rub that into my skin, you can see that actually my skin has been almost stained bright yellow. So you really don't need very much. Now, this extract is only the calendula plant. There is no solvent, so there's no alcohol, no glycol. It has all the spectrum of the beautiful oils of that calendula plant is in here. Those healing, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, really calming nature of the calendula plant is actually harnessed in this extract. And there's nothing else that you don't want in there. This is probably about 250 times stronger than the alcohol extract that I showed you without any of the solvents. Okay, so it's pretty exciting. Now, if you put this into a cream, for example, here's a well-used and loved calendula cream, you are going to see that the cream is pretty yellow. Okay, that does not stain the skin, however, once that's rubbed in. This has also got turmeric in it, and so I'm going to show you the turmeric that we have also in here. Another amazing antioxidant, anti-inflammatory herb. We have combined the turmeric and the calendula in the calming calendula cream, and also our Nurture Baby range, because they're both incredible at calming and relaxing the skin and fighting off any antibacterial issues as well. So how do these extracts get made? We use a gas, and we change the nature of this herb here, which is all ground up. We're using this beautiful organic ground up herb or flower or root or seed, and then this is flushed a little bit like, would you say, like a coffee espresso machine. So this gas gets flushed through this vat of herb, but the pressure is so high that it actually changes this herb into a semi-liquid that you have seen in that vial before. Then that gas, which is a CO2 gas, goes away and it gets used again. So that gas is in constant recycling ability depending on the batch it's being made, and all you're left with is these incredibly, very potent, pure extracts of the herb. Okay, now some of the herbs that we use are root herbs, and as I said, they're good for making the skin adapt. Some of them are packed with nutrition, and so we call them like instead of using a synthetic vitamin C, for example, which is very popular in cosmeceuticals today, because vitamin C helps the collagen in our skin regenerate. We use the amazing amla berry. Now the amla berry, I'll just show you what the amla berry looks like, is a very, very famous Ayurvedic Indian medicine, which is used for, all well-being, keeping your immune system healthy, and it's so super high in vitamin C that when we make this supercritical amla extract, we're actually doing incredible favor to the skin's collagen, because when you put it into the skincare, you have like a organic, natural, pure, non-solvent extract of vitamin C, of high quality vitamin C going into the skin. So we use the amla berry in a lot of our products. It's in all of our Replenish anti-aging range. We even have amla berry face washes, which are really good for astringent and cleaning, antibacterial cleaning when the skin gets a bit oily or there's some sort of acne issue. So you can see how the nutrition of the plant can be used in these extracts to create this incredibly potent form of delivery. They also can smell incredible, like this jasmine. Oh my goodness, if you smelled like this, you would actually be in a field of jasmines. And the thing that aromatherapists say about CO2 supercritical extracts is that they are actually a lot more expensive to produce than your normal steam distilled essential oils. So we don't actually get to buy them on the market because they're so super expensive. But what they actually do is they smell more close to the actual ingredient, that plant that is growing in the field, than the steamed essential oils that we typically purchase. So they're the purest, most close example of the aromatic principle of the plant itself. So they also lend to our the products that we use some incredible, clean, pure, and real aromas. We also have some really pretty exotic supercritical extracts that we use, and I'm just trying to find my total favorite, which is the lotus berry extract. And the lotus berry extract, here we are, is from the lotus flower and the lotus root, which, as we know, has this incredible ability of this lotus that just comes from the water, and it's like a renewal. And so is the lotus berry extract, which we use extensively, once again, in the Replenish range. And this is the little thing, and this is one of the most amazing anti-inflammatory extracts for the skin out there, and it's also regenerative, so it really helps your skin stay fresh and young and toned. And the amla berry the lotus extract is absolutely divine. It even smells beautiful, quite musky, a little bit pretty, not like anything you would have smelled before. So I hope that's a really great way for you to understand these extracts. Some of us like to see, some of us like to smell, but actually at the end of the day, it's what they can do for us and what they can deliver to our skin nutritionally, as far as being able to put our skin into a state of non-stress. Because, you know, in this modern day, just like our emotions and our nervous system gets stressed by all the things that we deal with, busy lives, pollution, thought processes, our skin actually is the same. It gets stressed. So the best way to deal with stressed skin is to give it anti-stress herbs and extracts and love and nourishment. And, you know, we hope with the products at Word Organics, that's what we're delivering. We certainly are very thankful to the Supercritical Extracts for, being there and actually delivering that extra punch of therapeutic value to the product range that we do. So, hope you enjoyed the explanation.